Hey guys, and welcome back. We are back with the truth once again to do another check-in / chat on Dokkan, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. I mean, this will work well because since we've last kind of like sat in here, they kind of have reset the standard of what characters need to be with some of these recent stages. So now it's like even characters a month ago I might have been like, oh, they're nice. Now it's like, well, I mean, if you like dying, you can use them.
So I was actually going to talk to you about that. Like, there was some things I want to talk about with characters. So it's been really catch up for me. Like, I've been trying to figure out what I can get away with and on what stages I can get away with it on. And so it's a lot of trial and error because obviously trying to come back after like 2.5 years where I didn't have the chance to test this stuff out in real time. I'm playing catch up. And so I'm seeing that like, oh, this type of effect works really good here. Oh, this effect looks like it would work really well, but the character stats are too low, or just various things like that are leading to characters being insufficient, if you will, in certain types of content. And I wanted to ask, when that really ramped up and started happening, was that between year 7 and year 8 or a little bit prior to that?
So it was the 7th anniversary when they first introduced Red Zone. That was when we had like an explosion of difficulty. They released the Dragon Ball Super Broly Red Zone and then the Omega Shenron Red Zone. And the Broly fight in particular, nobody had that no item clear for that for like multiple weeks. Broly was that tough. Like, it was actually characters who had come out weeks before were worthless. So like LR Future Gohan and Trunks, that's the unit where you swap into Gohan, then you
they
can
came out for
him.
Christmas, right? The year before?
Yeah. That was only about a month and a half before Broly, and it's just like Broly and some of these other stages just wiped them out. A lot of the end of the year 2021 releases, Trunks, Dokkan Fest Trunks from the Mecha Frieza fight, LR Hit and God Goku, the Future Gohan and Trunks, they just never had a chance because of Red Zone on the horizon.
Interesting. Yeah,
I see you've never done. So that 5th stage right there, that was against Bojack. That was a really fun and challenging stage. That one right there, that's a good stage.
Okay, yeah, I still have to do so many stages. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out stuff. And I'm running into the trap of trying stuff on the hardest stages because like I don't really want to try it on the lower stages because obviously. But
okay, so at this point, like stage 4 is where I think it kind of like definitely ramps up. That's against Android 13. But the thing with that is he's only 1 typing. So you could just load up on tech characters and beat him, even though he does hit pretty hard. In this Red Zone, 5, 6, and 7 kind of stand above, a step above.
Gotcha. So like my first Red Zone stage I played was Legic, and it actually beat me the first run because it caught me off guard. The damage spike, right? They pop in and they're doing 600,000-700,000, and it's like that's your whole life pool, right? So it really caught me off guard, and so that's one thing that I'm trying to learn and cope with. So like I said, I haven't really played a lot of stages. I still have most of the Red Zones I've played and beat like their hardest stages, but that's mostly it. But yeah, it's cool to see the difficulty spike overall. I wanted to do this here live in the video because JP loads so freaking slow, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like global players are gonna get such once it's caught up. Global players have such a W because they don't have to deal with that, right?
Jeez, that's so slow. All right, so last video, and I have it up. You're not gonna see this. I'll just kind of relay it. Last video we went over my data in the last one, and I wanted to pull that up and see where we're at comparatively now before we proceed. So, in the last one, I was ranked 722, and if JP ever decides to load, we'll see I'm 794 now. Power level, wow. Power level was 699, 771. So I've shot all the way up to 913. So.
And you still, because you were gone for several years. So even think about all the stages that you have yet to do. That the first clear of every stage gives you points. That's the 3rd column.
Oh, that's what it is. Gotcha. So that one went from 2458 to 2704.
So that's the amount of stages you've beaten for the first time since.
Wow,
it's a lot. And you still have like all those Red Zone stages. Have you done all the quest mode stages?
I did do quest mode first because I wanted to complete those in link level. But I'll tell you, that there's a lot of SBR and stuff like that I haven't done.
Oh yeah, one really nice change they made is nowadays when you clear the hardest difficulty,
it gives you all of it.
Yep.
I noticed that right away. I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, oh, thank God. Because it would suck having to play the stage twice again.
I remember when I first started playing JP, it was for LR Goku Black and Zamasu. And I remember doing weeks of streams going through quest mode.
Absolutely. Dude, yeah. Back when the game released, that was actually fine. It was something that I didn't mind playing. But playing it now...
because that was all of the content.
Yeah. Like, back then, it didn't matter. But playing it now, I'm like, dude, there's so much things I need to do. So, like, I didn't want to play that at all. I've also still got a ton of easy A's to do. So,
wait a minute. Wait. I have to call huge timeout. Chain Battle is up right now.
Oh, yeah. I haven't tried it yet.
Have you jumped? Okay. Open up that menu, unless you want to do it on like a solo video or something like that. I get it, but like...
No, we can do it.
Okay, so Chain Battle is something... Are we friends?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. Well, if we're going to do this, you would have to add me, and you'd be able to get a very good score. So the way Chain Battle works is... Okay, like, if that screen right there, these are the units that your friends would be able to use, right? So, Chain Battle, we're going up against the Goku Black and Zamasu. There's 3 categories that are, like, boost categories. For this one, I believe it's Join Forces, Target Goku, and I think the other one is Future Saga. And then we have to kind of, like, build, like, characters and, like, run setups in there to get like points, and then this leads to us getting equips. Like, we get currency from doing this that we could use to get equips in the Baba shop.
Yeah, so this mode popped up just before I kind of stopped really taking the game as seriously. So I did play it the first few times, but I never really completely understood it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did play it a few times, but I never fully understood it. The way I understood it was I choose the ones that sparkle a lot, like Trunks in my ear, and build links
generally,
with them.
that's a good idea. So like a lot of us, like I could link you a chart. Like there's people who are versed in this.
I saw one on Twitter that.
Yeah, there you go. It's a lot of information to take in, but the rewards are quite good. If you back out real quick. Let's go, so like, back out again, and then I think pick the bottom right? No, bottom right is missions. And then you scroll down, like, the rewards you get in here, it's actually so crazy.
Yeah, and then these are for the gacha with the skill orbs then.
I know there's daily missions, like, clear it, I think 5 times per day, like, you get, like, some of that currency. Gotcha. For that currency right there, with 100, you could get 1 equip.
Oh, okay. So that's another thing I'm running into is I need a lot of equips.
The thing is that if you add me, like I've got like the juice set up ready to go, you'll get probably top 1% or top 2% pretty effortlessly.
All right, cool. I'm gonna add you after the video. Yeah, I need to. I was gonna actually do this in a video sometime soon. So
the reason I made sure to bring it up is because it's only a limited time mode, right? Like it's only up for the next 5 days.
Yeah. So this was the newest original game mode that they added in, right? They haven't had anything else in as like an actual side game mode. No, they added Pet Time in. That's the last one. Right?
I mean, Patan is just adventures from Legends, but you collect the adventures, I guess is how to describe it, though.
Yeah. It's like a side thing.
Yeah. People don't like this mode because it's pretty confusing. I get it, but the rewards are so good. You only have to do it once, right?
Yeah.
People hate Patan, and like I don't get it because it's just adventures. Like I don't. It's right. Like I don't.
Does it not give any stones or anything like that?
The rewards are very minuscule. It gives a little bit of stones.
That's why.
And yeah, you could get either Zenny, potential orbs, training items, or awakening medals. But they're very low amounts.
Yeah, so there's almost no point if you only want the resources in trying it. You just got to have fun with it.
Okay, one other thing I'd like to see. Back out again. Let's go to the support memory one. Have you like gone after any of these?
Not a ton of them. I've been working on leveling some of them up, but not a ton.
Okay. I'm glad we clicked this. Go to the events. I want to show you a particular event. Some of these support memories in there are really good. And you get them from doing, it's called the Collection of Epic Battles. if you just scroll down in the challenge section, we're looking for the one that has...
I will when I can.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I get, trust me, I get you. But we're looking for the one with the Spirit Bomb absorbed Goku on it, and then there's a bunch of villains surrounding him.
No.
That's no, a little bit.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I've seen it.
There it is. They need to consolidate this tab, by the way. You have easy areas,
there's too much
challenge
here,
events.
dude.
Yeah.
You could actually scroll here. I went and did a video taking on the Broly with the 2015 team, and I scrolled for legit like a minute. He's all the way at the bottom.
Yep. Okay, so I want to... There's missions for like a lot of these stages and stuff like that, but you can get support memories in some of these missions. If you just click some of those, you'll see like the little fragments of the support memory in there.
Oh, okay.
These are some of the best ones. So this support memory right there, what that does, that gives a 15% attack and defensive buff to Extreme Class Planet Namek Saga characters. 15% sounds minimal, but it's like
it calculates differently, right?
Yeah, it's huge. It's and it's a permanent buff.
Yeah.
So like these types of support memories are the best.
I got you.
They released a couple recently. There's the 2 Zamasu support memory, which came. I think that's with the Mortals and God event. You get that one in there. That's a permanent buff to, I think, Worldwide Chaos. Those are great memories to get.
Yeah, I need to work on these more because typically I'm only using like Bulma or Icarus. That's like it.
Okay, the Bulma one, so the Bulma one with like her and Namek Vegeta, that one?
It's just her phase from Namek.
Yeah, it's that one. What's funny is that has been kind of like easy aid. Like it's gotten an upgrade. If we back out, I could show you the event for that now too.
Oh, wait, hold on. No!
You misclicked, 5 minutes away then. This thing, like a player who comes back after a while, there's just so much. And this is something, people get so mad that they don't flood with content, but it's like, they don't think past like themselves. Like
this one?
Yeah. Dude, again, someone coming back to this game, look how many missions and stages there, like it's years of content, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think that Dokkan does a good balance. I think they could absolutely do way too much stuff, and it's just overwhelming, right?
So just on that really quick, I think that coming back, it's been a smooth transition, but however, starting new probably is hellacious, dude.
Yeah.
It's probably if you start the game new today, you have to just take your time. There's just too much. It's 8 years of content, so like, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I saw this here, and I saw that you have to use like free-to-play characters, and I was like, oh, but I need to do all the stupid easy areas, dude. Like that's like so much.
I guess, dude. Yeah, that's
and the crappy thing with areas is that you do one, and then that snowballs into the next one because you need the other one to do this one, and you just do it, and it's like, god dang, dude. I wish I did all those when they came out.
Yeah, it's like string theory or something like that, right? Like grinding one character like opens up like a web into like 50.
Yeah, more. Dude, it's so annoying.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people upset with the easy area stuff because what Dokkan does with these celebrations is they'll give you the tickets to do the multi that gives you like 50 units with the guaranteed LR.
Yeah.
But you have to easy the free-to-play character to do it.
Oh,
and it's something like, if you've been playing for a while, like it just takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But like if you're like a re-roll player or something like that, like you don't have the characters to challenge the easy area.
Oh, that makes sense. Yep. Yeah, I ran through those stages pretty quickly.
The problem with some easy areas, like LR Krillin, is the worst ever. Like,
oh my god, dude! I tried to do Krillin first. I think I told you this last video, and then I was so annoyed with that, how hard it was to even get it done.
That's the nerfed version. Because what they did was they built a team where half of the team doesn't have a leader skill. It's so stupid. Like that's not like real difficulty. That's just like bumbling idiocy, right? That's
it's artificial. They try to make it hard by making it really difficult to build a team.
Honestly, I think it's just that they didn't put thought into. I think they just like grabbed characters that related to Krillin
okay.
But like it's ridiculous, right? Like,
yeah, that makes sense. All right, I want to talk to you about characters. So I've been obviously like link leveling and stuff like that. That's not something I can really like show or quantify too much. But I wanted to show some of the. Well, let's just go to character list. I wanted to show some of the new characters that I picked up. So we started, our last video was right around here.
I think the 7th anniversary LR is right. Yeah, Omega and Carnival Goku. Yep, okay.
Yeah, this is right about where we were.
Okay, a couple of things. The tech androids are a character that was released in that period I talked about, the end of 2021, right? It was, it's kind of just like, I don't know what to describe it, but just hell for any character released in that period, pretty much except for them.
Because they're Baba effect or Ghost Dash, right?
Yes, that's the main reason. They also have a Key Blast nullification as well, which is helpful.
That is a really strong effect.
Yeah, mainly the Ghost Usher, yeah. And then I will tell you this: after the recent difficulty, Orange Piccolo, Power Awakening Piccolo, I have him at 1. I do. I think he's right now. He's number 1 in the game.
I think so. One thing I've encountered, and I've tried to stay away from it, is that like double Piccolo is insane.
Oh yeah,
it's actually crazy. I don't think I've struggled to clear any content if I've taken double Piccolo leads.
So the thing is, when he transforms, I think that this existed the entire life cycle of the game, but I don't remember this ever being a major thing we discussed or realized. When you do a giant transformation, you cancel the boss's super attacks and special abilities once you leave. So it's like, the Red Zone Fusion Zamasu stage. He does, the AoE that does 500k plus damage to the whole rotation. He supers. You go into Orange Piccolo, and that cancels all that. He can only do normals.
Yeah, and it also cancels the countdown effects too.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy.
Any special ability, because I guess the way it works is it counts as the same turn, so they've already technically done those effects, but it was while Piccolo was immune, like while the giant character's immune to taking damage.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy actually. Yeah, like you said, it's probably been here the whole time, but it never really was relevant.
Yep.
So, because I mean, the only time it would ever be relevant, I guess, would be on like a stage that would one-shot you, but otherwise, no content was hard enough to make it matter. So, but yeah, so I use him a lot. He's really strong. I was able to get some dupes on some of these LRs, like the 2 Gohan LRs towards the top of the list. I got dupes on them. I did get a dupe on Goku and Vegeta.
Okay, so the Carnival Kid Gohan he's very strong, actually, the Saiyan Saga Kid Gohan. But it's like, at this point, it needs to be a particular fight, because he needs to attack first, and then he's really strong.
I've noticed that events like Merge Zamasu that come out swinging just completely expose characters like that.
Yeah, and he's now closing in on a year old, so it's like, so the 7th anniversary was January of 2022. That was when they kind of made these, like, Broly and Omega. They didn't really push way past those difficulty, I felt like, until right now. Now it's actually, it feels like they took another step forward, I think.
Each of these Red Zone Dismal Future editions have been pretty difficult, and more difficult than some of the other Red Zones that I've played, period.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it seems like each one's getting harder and harder. And like I said, I played the Omega from the Shadow Dragon event, which he's, in my opinion, way harder than the Red Zone. But I also thought that since he starts off slow, you build up versus him, he's not as hard as Merge Zamasu, because Merge Zamasu comes out just instantly with AoEs.
Yep.
Unlike Omega, who ultimately gets there, but Zamasu just does that, and it's pretty crazy. And then also Zamasu has that damage nullification, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
which invalidates characters completely.
So Final Form Cooler right there, he came out Worldwide Celebration last year, and his damage is just like, it was unbelievable, like how much damage he would do. He gets locked down a little bit in there too, because a lot of times he'll do a normal. He'll super, he'll do a normal, and those are all just 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah. I noticed that too with characters that are rolling off like 5 attacks. If they're adding weak supers or normals, it's 0 all the time. 0, 0, 0.
So okay, who we could talk about is Beast right there, Ultimate Gohan. I think he has a very flawed kit. But the content that they've been putting out is well suited to what he does.
One thing about him is I actually have been using him. I talked about on those Piccolo teams. I've been using him a lot, and alongside Piccolo, various teams, whatever. And he's actually like he runs into the issue where he wants the 20 key and it's hard to get sometimes.
Yep.
But other than that, though, he performs pretty well.
Because he has the first 2 turns of guard, which is really strong.
Yeah.
If you're using a full superhero team, you could do that Beast active skill on turn 3, and then it gets an attack break. He's got some stuff. Yeah, I think he's in a better spot now, probably than when he came out in December.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because he's been performing well for me in a lot of content. I haven't got into any content and thought that he underperformed. I have also been testing out some characters that have effects like this guy. Like on the surface, this guy I think is really good, but needing to get hit X number of times is just not going to happen in Red Zone because you will just lose.
The problem, well, okay, so the Fusion Zamasu stage for a good character like Vegeta and Trunks, it's fine because a lot of characters unfortunately have to get hit in order to take a hit, which doesn't work that well.
Yeah.
But a character like Vegeta and Trunks, or I'm not sure if you have him.
I don't.
But it's the I was gonna say the Dragon Ball Kai Goku.
Oh yeah, I just got him.
Okay. So Vegeta and Trunks and him are very, very similar. They're characters that need to get hit to build up, where they weren't good in the previous Dismal Future Red Zone stages, but against Fusion Zamasu, they are pretty good because he attacks so much at the start, right?
Oh, okay.
So this guy, against like the Red Zone Zamasu or Red Zone Goku Black, this guy's not that good. But against Fusion Zamasu, I think he's actually quite a bit better.
Yeah, that makes sense, because Zamasu rattles off like 10 attacks in a freaking turn, dude.
He attacks so much.
Yeah, he's doing 2 AoEs, a super. That's why I said he comes out swinging. He tries to take you out instantly. So, are there any characters, LRs or anything like that on the screen? Because I know I have a lot of older ones from last year, things like that. Any of the other characters here that you think would be pretty useful with building up that I haven't yet or working on or anything like that?
Okay, scroll all the way to the top again. Let's see. I got some... Chilai is very good. I'm not sure if you've had a chance
I just now built her up, and I haven't link leveling her because she has some pretty good defense links.
I would encourage a full dodge build if you haven't, because she is a dodge or die character. She actually, if you look, you could just pull up her passive real quick, and you'll be able to see, take a look at it. She has no attack anywhere in her passive. If you look at the bottom...
That's at the very bottom, yeah.
At the bottom, that's attack and defense, but she doesn't get that. It's support only to the rest of the rotation that she doesn't get. She has a scouter. She rainbow orb changes. She supports. She dodges. She stuns. She seals. She does everything except for damage.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. So, but she is a dodge or die character, right? So if she gets hit, though, she's cooked. But that is a good design, right? That's the type of character that when we get a power creep like Zamasu, you could use her in the fight. If she gets hit, you're going to lose. But, I mean, if Final Form Cooler gets hit, you lose anyway. And he doesn't have dodge, right? So.
Yeah, that makes sense. I also think, I was looking at her and link levels, and I thought it was hilarious. I didn't realize that Flea gave dodge chance.
Yeah, so funny enough, that Chilai, for me personally, was one of the worst, like, shafts link leveling I've ever had.
Really?
Yep.
Where am I at on her? I think I just started, so yeah.
The character that was actually the worst ever for me was LR Future Gohan right there.
The new one.
Yeah, because you can, they sell, you have to buy it with money, but it's
the keys.
The guaranteed link level stage. I had 4, so I only had to get all of his links to level 6. And it was 9 hours straight of grinding to get the last. He literally, I tweeted it. He had like 5 level 10 links, a level 9 link, and a level 5 link. It was unbelievable. Like, it was so frustrating.
Speaking of Future Gohan link levels, did you see my tweet with the Future Gohan?
I don't. Which? So, no. That was. the Int Future Gohan. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did. I saw that.
Dude.
And then it wasn't just Fierce Battle, but he transforms and gets different links too.
Dude. I forgot that he was reversed because I reversed him before I took my hiatus, and so I just started link leveling him, but I didn't realize it. I was like, you son of a bitch. He had like 3 really links that were at level 1. Yeah, I like him. Like, I use him on teams where he doesn't actually transform because I like the support, and he still does good. He doesn't even need to transform. So I like him.
The only thing there is he needs his health to be low. Yeah. But the thing with him, which most characters don't have, he has an HP condition on his damage reduction, but it can activate mid-turn, right? Like, remember
good.
that Golden Frieza who was the best defensive unit?
The AGL one?
Yeah. Your HP has to be at the start of turn, right?
Yeah.
But for Future Gohan, mid-turn, he can activate it and you're good. So.
Yeah. That guy, he used to be insane.
He is finally... Oh, he does EZA, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I got somebody.
He finally is taking damage now. Believe that he's only just now, like, really starting to take damage.
It only took 8 years. Yeah. So however long he's been in the game.
The enemies hit so hard now that guard and damage reduction, it's not enough. Like, you gotta have huge defense. A great example of this is the 23rd World Tournament Goku, the one that just came out on Legends.
Oh, I want him so bad, dude. He's so cool.
he is really good. He could fraud out, but when he's good, he is really good.
Yeah, he is so cool. I want him so bad. I actually have been kicking myself because there was a brief period between when they revealed the Part 2 banners and the previous Part 1 banners still had their conditions on them for the free summon and stuff. There was like a brief period that last day before the Gohan banner, future Gohan banner popped up. And I looked at it, I was like, should I summon more? I was like, nah, I'm going to summon for Gohan instead because I really thought he was so cool showing Piccolo and Goku in the animation. And I kind of regret that I didn't go harder on Murdzamasu's banner in hindsight because Murdzamasu's banner had some stuff that I really needed, but the Goku was on the other banner, but I didn't get him anyway.
Like if your choice was you decided to go all in for future Gohan, that was not a mistake.
No. I don't regret that. But also, like, another thing too, and this is just sheer the fact that I've been gone for so long, is I'm running into a situation, whether it's EZA or other various types of content, where I need to run certain teams and I can't. Like, I literally can't because I don't have the leaders at all. Even the sub leaders, I just don't have. And so summoning on those banners would have been really beneficial if I summoned a little more because I could have pulled more of these characters. Also, every time I'm trying to build a freaking team, that dumb Goku pops up. Either him or the Super Saiyan God Goku, who I also really want but don't have. They always pop up as the leader that's like recommended every time.
Yeah, that God Goku is tremendous. He is probably going to return on the next banner because he's the Saiyan Day unit this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think we'll see him on this next banner. JP should be getting it this upcoming week.
Gotcha. Okay, so well then I'm gonna start saving a lot, dude. So for these banners, what I did was I did infinite Dragon Ball history, and it was hilarious. Every other stage, I had like 70 stones.
Yeah.
I had so many of them to do, and I legit had like 15 of them, and I got like so many multis off of that. It was pretty crazy. So we were talking about the characters and stuff like that, and how the characters in the game has progressed since. One thing I've noticed is, and you just were talking about how, like, you know, guard damage reduction that may or may not be enough. That's kind of like interesting as a development for me and experiencing that, because when I left, defense was all you needed. You didn't need guard or damage reduction. You just needed high defense. But high defense isn't enough nowadays. You need some combination of high defense with damage reduction. You need all these different things. And so that I've seen that snowballed into characters having 4 super attacks in a turn. Some of them having more than that, doing 5 attacks in a turn. I've seen how it's snowballed, and it's kind of interesting to me because also I've noticed that, like, yeah, you need to know what the characters do, but you also kind of don't, because the general gameplay loop is there with a lot of characters where they're going to just spam a bunch of supers, and they either are going to be able to defend themselves or they're not. It's pretty simple. And so I wanted to ask you, when did that transition change? Because to me, the doing 3-4 super attacks in a turn thing, it's on like every character, but like especially with potential system proccing multiple times, etc. But for me, like, once upon a time, that was like a Vegito Blue exclusive thing, and so it's crazy to see how that's all come full circle on these characters.
So I remember 2 years ago at this time, the celebration was playing the full power Frieza right there. The LR full power Frieza,
The
and
STR or the AGL? Oh,
the
okay,
AGL. He's just a little bit. If you scroll up one, he's right there. They kind of, my brain is telling me that they might have introduced a thing where it just became so common that these big characters were shooting out super after super after super after super, right?
Yeah.
Like there might be another character I'm misremembering.
Yeah,
but that was the thing with them, right? And especially like Frieza does guaranteed crits against Goku, right? So it's like, you know, anytime you're fighting a Goku, like he could triple guaranteed crit.
That's crazy.
They would get guaranteed additional supers. When they get hit, they get a guaranteed additional super. So it's like, you know, you could just spam a bunch of those. And then really, I think I have always been a player who I loved, like the transforming Ultimate Gohan from the Buu Saga, right? Like those types of guard characters. I love my UI Gokus that could dodge, but it does feel like Red Zone is when it became like a necessity.
Well, these characters are like, and so like so many things I've noticed, and like also I'm seeing that nowadays these characters are also not just doing that, but they're doing like great defense raises. And some of them are doing great attack and defense raise stacking, and it's just like, dude, what the hell even is this? Like that would have been so like crazy to see even just a couple of years ago. And so I've been looking at characters that got EZAs in 2020, 2021, and I'm like, dude, this sucks. Like it's not even bad conceptually because the way my brain works is still in the 2020 area. So like in my head, it's like this is insane. But looking at the current characters, it's like, nah, this sucks. so like, yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I've noticed that for sure, that like all these characters are coming out with some combination of all that stuff, and you can't actually stop midway through to check their defensive stats, but I'm sure with like all of that, they're getting crazy defensive stacks. So for the characters, I wanted to ask you this too. I know a lot about like the calculations, just my memory and stuff, but I wanted to ask about the characters like Int Bardock, where he can potentially do like 3 supers, and then he gets the defense and attack on every super, or is it just on the first one from the passive?
Which Bardock are you talking about?
SS3. So I recently EZA'd him, and I've been enjoying him a lot, and he does like 3 supers on the Power Beyond team.
Yeah, he would. Okay, so a lot of characters will have a super attack effect just from their super.
Yeah,
that would proc on every super attack. But if they have like a passive on super attack buff,
that's only one, right?
That's only one.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to confirm too, because that would get crazy calculating that.
Yeah, his support is really nice, but for me, I'm not a fan of him because he's very squishy.
Yeah. He's another character that got an easy a bit ago, and I don't think he does a great defense race. I think it's just a regular one.
Real quick, a character on screen. Look at that Battle of Gods Vegeta at the top left. This guy came out. He came out with God Goku. He has an interesting effect where, when he takes, I believe it's his 3rd hit, he activates a support buff,
and that calculates differently
for that turn and the next turn. Yeah, it's the 30. I think it's 30%. And it's a huge support buff. This guy is also guarding. Yeah, this guy's pretty good, but he's one of these characters that needs to build up to take hits, even though he guards. Like it's, but this was a strong release.
So yeah, that one would calculate differently because it pops in later on, right? It's not a start of the turn support passive.
The support, yeah.
So it's actually way bigger than what it looks like.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
Here's a character. Have you been able to pull him? The 23rd World Tournament Krillin. Have you gotten him?
No, I'm so mad at that. Oh my god, I'm so mad at that. I need. Oh my god, dude.
He's probably the best Krillin they've ever released.
God, I'm so mad at that.
Yeah, he's so busted from the fight against Piccolo Jr. He's really good.
Dude, like, you have no idea how much I was like hoping to, because he's just a banner unit, right?
No, I do know. Trust me, with you, yeah, I know.
Dude.
Yeah, he's a banner unit. Yep.
Oh my god, I was trying so hard. That's part of the reason why I was pulling also for Bulma, and I was getting all these other characters, but I wasn't getting those two, and it was so annoying.
Oh yeah, the JP Shaft global players had it.
Yes, dude, I was so upset about that. I was like, dude, this Bulma is like necessary. Where is she at? They're like,
yeah, the global players, they won't admit it, but the JP Shaft is real. It is. Yep. Common occurrence.
Dude. Where's this Krillin at? Where's he not showing up?
He should be right at the top. What did you click the filters?
I didn't change any filter.
I'm actually not sure. What screen is this? Yeah, he should be at the top, because typically is this the Dokkan Awakening one?
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the sort order is for it, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that's probably
because typically, normally, it's...
This one?
I think we want to click the top right one, actually. Let me take a look at it in my game. I'm actually going to take a look and see which one. Top left one. Top left.
Okay, gotcha.
Perfect. Okay, so now it's order of...
Oh, my God, dude. God, I want this guy so bad. But I want to build that whole team. I really want to build that team so bad.
Yeah, it's good, because Piccolo Jr., I would say, is the strongest TUR character.
Yeah, I do have Piccolo Jr. We actually, I bought him live on that quad that we did.
Yeah, he's so good. The thing about him is, they actually made him in a way where he's crazy without other villains, like Big Bad Boss's characters. But, like, he really helps Big Bad Boss's characters a lot, too, because... I mean, you know, it's always been, Big Bad Boss has always been the best link.
Yeah. Such a crazy buff. So
now it doesn't have an HP restriction on it, so it's even stronger.
Oh yeah, that's right. With the link level. Yeah, it's like the primary one you go when to get to level 10.
Yes. There's a couple of links in particular. One is Saiyan lineage, which a lot of hybrid Saiyans have, because it gets an additional key at level 10, which is obviously very important.
Oh yeah, that's good.
There's a couple links like that. I think the Vegeta family link, Royal Lineage, is like that, where it gets an extra key at level 10. There's some links like that. But the main one to focus on is definitely Big Bad Bosses.
Gotcha. Yeah, I wish I got him, man. I've been hunting him, but he won't. He refuses to drop.
Well, he is on every single banner, so you do a couple summons on these banners, you'll probably pull him. Yeah,
my banner pulls have been kind of cool for some of the characters. I pulled varying degrees of how good they are. I pulled like.
Oh wait, real quick. Okay, see that in Goku from the Turles movie?
Oh yeah.
That's actually the worst. Like, they gave us Dokkan Fest Raditz last year. He's got to be the worst release ever. This guy's right up there. This guy is worthless. He's worthless.
He can't. Like, what do you mean worthless? He can't do. Oh, this art is so good. He can't do anything.
He has like no special mechanics. He's an AOE character. Gets all of his defense after he supers. He can struggle for ki as well. He has a finishing blow mechanic where he has to kill an enemy to get stronger.
Oh, those were never good.
Yeah, it's bad.
This is a new character?
Crazy. Like, yeah, this guy came out in June. Yeah, and he's worthless. Global should be getting him in a couple of weeks here. As a global player, you see this guy show up. Awesome. I'll just pretend you don't exist. Great.
That's a shame because this looks really good.
Yeah, because the other thing too is not only is he terrible, but he's the third base form Goku they released in a 4-month span. They released the Goku from the Dragon Ball Kai opening in February. Then in April, they did 23rd World Tournament. And then that guy was in June. It's like, what are you guys doing?
Oh, yeah. See, there's some Gokus popping up here.
Yeah, like, I think if they would introduce the same name Link update, it's not as, it's still stupid, I think, but it's not as bad.
Yeah,
because we could use them together.
It's interesting that they took that restriction off for the team, but not for the Links.
Yeah, I am thinking it's coming. Personally, I think they will do that.
It would honestly fix issues like people have been complaining about the merge Zamasu thing, and they're warranted with that, but that would fix it.
Oh yeah, that would. Well, that in Zamasu, I mean, he's definitely feeling his age after the increase in difficult events.
Yeah.
But I mean, that in Fusion Zamasu, he would help a lot if he had 7 out of 7 links with Tech Fusion Zamasu.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if they could link together, I would tell you get on this guy right now, get him awakened. But like it's like he's.
Yeah, since I use the tech one and they don't link, I haven't bothered with this guy. I also think it's kind of funny on that topic how like the transformed characters can link with their own same name, but like yeah. All right, well, I think that's mostly everything. I've had a ton of fun with working on this and just trying to experiment and figure out stuff. So above all else, that's it. So like I actually was saying I wanted to only do a couple of these a week or something like that, but I've actually been primary Dokkan lately.
One thing I do want to end with is, so they just established, oh my god, like this new level, like these fights are so tough. I don't think we would get another fight even on this level for probably many months. So the way to like look at characters is going to be consistent, I would say, for a little bit. Maybe we would get like a new fight that's a little bit harder or something like that, or a similar level. It wouldn't be until New Year's, so like sometime in January or for anniversary in February. So.
Makes sense. I also don't know how fair it is to gauge units on one stage only. So
yeah, I do try. So like a lot of the red zones, like I try and see like how a character perform against, say, like red zone Cell Max, red zone Metal Cooler Core, like the red zone Fusion Zamasu. But like you said, the one fight that's on par with the hardest fights in the game that's not red zone is that Omega fight.
Yeah. That one is hell.
Yeah. But it is, but it's nice because it's really good for characters that build up. Yeah. Because it's so long.
That's my main thing with the difference between that and like Zamasu, because like the tech sin is garbage. Like I can run through that. So like you can, what I do is I slow play that first phase versus the new Zamasu stage. Like you can't slow play because he's gonna run you over.
Yeah, because okay, so you know what the thing is with that Tech Omega is that he has extra damage reduction against non-int characters. It's not even just like a type advantage thing. That's the way this event is designed. So if you're not bringing int characters, you will go even slower through the fight.
Wow, I didn't even know that. That's pretty crazy.
But if you take int characters, can kill him. Like Piccolo Jr. will kill him in like 3 super attacks.
Yeah, I took Carnival Gohan here and he ran it over.
Yep. And then that's weird because that STR Omega, because the thing about him is he super attacks and gets a huge attack buff for the turn. So his normals will start to hit like missile launchers after he supers. And he has a cooldown of 0. So it's very likely he will super every single turn.
That's crazy.
Like the Red Zone Fusion Zamasu in his second phase, he, I believe, attacks 8 times per turn, and his super attack cooldown is 8. So after he supers, it's a very long time until he supers again. That's the one trade-off for Fusion Zamasu.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that. That makes sense. Yeah, so also like the physical Zamasu I didn't think was... Actually, I thought that the first phase is harder.
That's what, because the first phase has a 0 super attack cooldown. The second phase has a huge cooldown.
Yeah. The first phase is actually...
Yep.
It exposes so many characters, too, because he just comes out, like I said, swinging. It's just like characters that need to get hit or characters that need this and that. They need to build up. It just doesn't work.
It's funny. His super attack hits hard, but there's a couple of stages where they're hitting harder, but it's just Zamasu just feels so much worse, right? Like,
well, doesn't he do like 2 supers? No, he does 2 AoEs and a super.
No, typically, so he can't do 2 AoEs. If you've seen that, there is a rare interaction. I don't know if I want to call it rare. It's with revive characters. Sometimes, like, if you revive and the boss hasn't supered or done a special ability, it can sometimes carry over to the next turn. So, that's specifically when you revive. So you could see a boss that can't super attack 2 times would super attack 2 times. Or, you know, they get... So, like, I think I've fought that... Remember that in Omega at the end we'll do the 3 AoEs?
Yeah.
I think one turn he did 5 AoEs against me.
Well, if you have characters that build up, you start... They don't do that much, I guess.
Yeah, but there's a lot... It's tough. There's a lot of characters that it's hard to hide from that much, right?
Yeah. That's where your Chi is going to just get blasted.
Yeah, it's like a dodge or die character, like a couple attacks you can feel good about, but when it's like, 6, 7, 8, like they're gonna get caught eventually.
Yeah. Speaking of dodge or die, freaking Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta always fraud out for me in the first spot. Every time. They always take a super every time.
Oh, yeah. At least they've got guard plus dodge. Strong combo.
But they will guard, they will dodge all the normals, but then they'll eat the super.
Yeah. Well, see, mine, listen, I gave him the full dodge.
I knew you did. I knew you did.
People are, I'll tell you this. I wish that Dokkan would, like, ban, like, dodge from him, so, like, I didn't have to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
I truly, like... It is just so strong and so necessary, but people don't want to, like...
No, everyone hates you for it.
Yeah. But I wish they'd just ban it. Because I'm going to tell people the truth, and it's that dodge is really strong.
Well, it's always... I mean, why wouldn't it be strong? The ability to not take damage? Like, I value defense more in this game, because eventually you can just beat the boss. That's the way I see it. So, like, yeah, you can have the offense where you blow them up, or you can eventually beat them and not take any damage yourself. So that's the way I always see this game.
I think one thing with me, too, is that defense always ages better than offense.
Yeah, that's true. So, when did you the last question, when did you first really start getting on the dodge? Was it when it first started popping up, or? I
mean, I've always been a dodge guy, but I feel like after Red Zone, it's like, man, like a lot of these characters, like, why bring them when they just get hit once and die?
And they die,
like,
yeah.
Like, a character could do 7 consecutive super attack crits. Super crit, super crit, super crit, super crit, and then they just got one shot. Like, what's the point? Like, what? Like, does it matter that they did 100 billion damage, but then you just get killed? Like, right? Like, I don't. The point is to win.
That's why I say I think defense is more valuable. But more so on that question, I meant also. I remember you used to also be super heavy on the 3 dodge thing. I was pretty heavy on it too, because I always liked having the chance to do it versus just never having the chance.
Giving yourself the chance. I always want to make sure all my characters have a chance to do everything.
Yeah.
I want to make sure every character can additional, can crit, can dodge. Balancing characters out is this could piggyback into what you're asking too. Nowadays, right, comparative to 2016 when this stuff came out, all of these characters have built-in additionals, built-in crits, built-in super effective against all types.
Yep.
So a character, I think Path to Power Kid Goku is a good example of this.
God, I want him so bad too, son of a...
Yeah, he's really good.
God.
He has built-in additionals and crits. You just give him dodge, and you're balancing him out. You're giving him a stronger chance to do everything.
Dude, I've noticed that so heavy, and it's so annoying with easy A characters, dude. Where, like, beforehand, I would give them like crits and a little bit of dodge, but then now they have like built-in crits in their passive, and I'm like, son of a, I might as well take it off because now they're stacking. I might as well give them dodge or whatever, and it's so crazy. That's like the craziest thing with like the game and the paradigm shift, and why I haven't actually cleaned out my box, because I keep needing to come back to these dupes to change stuff on my characters.
And I think a lot of what it is a lot of people have like kind of like hated on dodge for years and defense, and they don't. I think that they just don't want to change their mindset, right? Like they can't acknowledge that it's not 2016 anymore. So it's like they have to be steadfast that it's bad.
Yeah.
One thing I would like additional a lot more. Like I would be way more on the additional train if it was guaranteed you do the super, right? But like so often, like this is a huge problem with Beast Gohan in particular. It's like, you know, you get the hidden potential system additional, but then it's a normal, and he only gets value if he's
doing supers,
right? So that's why, like, if it was a guaranteed super on that, I would lean a lot more towards additional on many characters.
You know that, and I'll just end on this. You know that dodge is strong because it's the only one that they said, nah, we're going to give you half, not the same double chance, you know, per level like the other two.
Yep.
That one they just said, nah, it's 1 to 1. So
I think, especially nowadays, I think it was a good decision too. If it was 2, it would be.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. That's the only ones. That's how you know dodge is pretty crazy. So to me, I always loved it. But it is a little bit of a hamper when it's at a low level, because the likelihood of getting it is so freaking low. But when you get that one dodge, and it's like, oh my god, I just saved my life by having that on there.
Yeah, these days I have, like, every character has at least like 10 dodge typically.
Well, also because now the skill orbs here too, it's so much easier, right?
Yeah.
So that's another thing for me. I can't do it. I need so many skill orbs to do it.
That's why. Yeah, we'll add each other. You just take one of my setups in. You should be able to get 1% or 2% or something pretty easily, and then you'll have a lot of currency in which to get orbs with.
And I need to also complete a lot of those missions, because they're also giving out those new skill orbs in those missions that I need to do. So it's a lot.
That's why doing like the extreme super battle road stages are good.
Yeah,
because the mission rewards, are orbs for that guy.
I've still got like 20 more of those to do. Like, I have so much to do. It's gonna take me another couple months to really get caught up, I think. So
yeah, but the other thing too is like you're chipping away at it. It's definitely no rush, right? Like,
yeah. So, all right, man. I wanted to thank you for hopping on and joining me, and we'll definitely have to do one of these in like another month or something, just to touch base again, see how things are going, if you're cool with that.
Yep.
Awesome, guys. Check out Truth if you haven't already. I'm sure you guys are already, because Truth is like the face of Dokkan. But check him out if you aren't already. And we'll see you all in the next one.